All right, so I got this rust issue back here. I just treated everything, grind it down, treated it real quick, and I've done that twice, this second time. So I'm gonna go ahead and let that set, and I'm gonna work on these here for a little bit. Sand, get them ready, and then since I got the rust stuff ready, I'll go ahead and clean these up and de-rustify those and let them set and let them dry. It takes overnight, 24 hours for this stuff to dry, so I'll just use that and get all the rust dead on them, and I can put those in when I get time. All right, guys, I think I got this figured out now. So check this out. I know these are in the right place. I've been looking around, looking on the Samba and some photos and stuff like that. So here's the deal. In the middle, there's the wide part on the divider, and it goes up to a narrow, or is it wide and then narrow? It's wide down here, and it goes up to narrow. I can see the way that thing's shaped there. And these things, look at this, they line up right like that, right? So what I have to do is notch out this side. That makes sense, right? And then this butts up against here tightly, and then the screws for this thing, well, there's none on this side. Okay, doesn't really matter. But I thought they'd go along here, but they actually, it butts up against here, and then this thing goes up and continues, and then goes along this edge right here, and then becomes a divider right there. So that's how it goes. And then this bar is exposed from underneath. I was looking at another one. It looked like it was square tubing too. Maybe it was. But it goes up underneath here. And that's how it goes. So these are in the right place, so I can weld these in. And then I just need to notch this part out. And then I need to make that side over there. I think I'm going to, I'll show you what I'm thinking. So like that. So that support over there is 1 1/8 wide, and I have some 1-inch square tubing. So I was thinking about just using this to do the front edge of this. Think about what I'm thinking here. To do the leading edge, and then make it go up and cut it and put it underneath here. Okay, just run it from there to there, and then put the sheet metal on either side of it. Be a little bit shy of that. It's actually 1 3/32. So, or no, not quite 3/16. So whatever that is, 5/32s. I think 5/32. 1 5/32 wide, that is. So if I use this 1 inch, it'll be slightly different, but if I just wrap it with, then I can have the strength hit from this, right? And then I can just wrap it with sheet metal. I don't know, maybe that's what I'll do. Because then if I put the sheet metal thickness on there, that's, you know, that's going to add not quite 1/8, but close. Yeah, it'll be close enough. That might work. So I might just do that and then just weld these things in. And I know those are in the right place, so I can weld those in. Got to clean everything out of here first, but I'm just going to blow it all out. I'll bring you guys back in a minute, weld it in there, and check it out. All right, so I got that side set. Went ahead and ran my welds over there. Got that one put in there. Just got to grind over here a little bit. And then I'll put this side in, but I'm going to have to make, I got this post put in there. I'm actually going to have to make the surrounding metal for that first, before I can put that side in. So I got that rail in there. Got all that all ground down over there. I just got to do that one. And, but I got to do the other piece there first. All right, guys, so we kind of have blue skies now. If you can see back there, you can actually see the mountains again. And last time you couldn't see that at all. It looked kind of blue in the video, but you know, this is much more like normal for California. You still can't see those ones over there though. I think it's because the smoke, there's a fire behind this mountain over here, and the smoke's going that way. So I don't know, it's weird. When I was in Arizona, I have an address in Arizona too, just so you know, that's what people see on my cars. But when I was going through Arizona, which is out this direction, the smoke was following me all the way to Texas. So I'm going to continue with some filling on these here and do just some little filling. I want to get maybe the inside of this primed, final prime, and then that's why I prime the outside first. And I'll paint the inside. I kind of want to see what that color looks like. I'm going to paint the inside of everything gray because that's how it was done originally. Let's look at the dash. This is the original paint for the inside, and what they did is when they shipped them to the places, which I'm going to do the same thing, they painted them orange. That was the safety orange color that they used. I mean, I don't know exactly what it was. The guy had the formula on there, a RAL number, which is probably correct. It looked pretty close to mine. But I just went with safety orange because I don't want to have to get a color match and all that stuff. And it was kind of a discretionary color, I think, by the cities or whatever. But the inside, I wanted to match the original. So Tamco does have the formula for this. When you guys see the paint for that, you can call or email or text her, and she will make that formula for you. So that's going to be available. Kind of cool. I got a good clean sample out of one of the doors here. See there, I cleaned it up, checked it, made sure it was really close to the edge, because when they spray these, they just kind of sprayed around here, and just whatever fell down there got on there, and the rest was primer. So you got to make sure you get the sample from the right place. I got it from a good spot right there. So again, that was the second pass on there, if you didn't see the notes. I don't know if I'm going to do anything else to that other than just sand it down and paint it. As far as, you know, I'm going to spot prime these areas here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do much to the inside here. It's just so hard to work in there, and there's no benefit to it because you can't see it from anywhere, just except when the door's open. let's see if we can take a look at this. You guys can see. I was working on there. Got this thing. So the rubber can go in there, but I'm not even going to run the rubber anyway, but I figured why not. So that's that piece. Anyway, you guys kind of get the idea. That's for the rubber and all that. And I can probably put a chisel in there in the vise and unroll this just a little bit. Something long and flat, and then just hammer right on this edge. And I can take the extra curl out of there and back it off just a little bit and straighten it. So put something flat in the vise and then just hold this on the edge and then just hammer right here. And it'll straighten it out and unroll it just a little bit. And that's what I need to do. Anyway, I don't know if I'm going to finish that right now. It's getting hot. But anyway, that's that. I just decided, yeah, to keep going on this part. You know, instead of, I just didn't want to move it out, and then, because I got the metal pile out there, I got to move all the metal. It's outside. A lot of it's I'm done with, so I'm going to move all that. I'm going to make that piece over there. I think I'm going to make that one. I cut out, this is the piece for the middle. I cut this out, so it should fit. I just got to bend the bottom edge. I think I'm going to roll that up twice, but it doesn't fit in the bender, so that's going to be fun. I think I'll have to just do it. I'll put it half of it in the vent bender and bend as much as I can, and then I'll probably bend the rest by hand, maybe. I don't know. But I'm going to try and bend 2 bends right here. 1, 2, up, so it's nice and strong, and that would be the bottom edge. And then this edge is just going to lap into this bar. And I should put it in the right spot. And then the 2 edges, I'll bend over 1/2 inch on each side. I'll bend over, so I measured out for that. So I'll bend over here, bend over there, and then that'll be my weld point for right here. Be right there. And right over there. So that'll be the center. And that will put it right with the bottom edge of this bar. So that's the whole goal there. Yep. That's a pain. And then I got to still make, I think there's one for here. Maybe there isn't. Because it, no, it'd be up here. Sorry. This is wrong place. This goes up here in this section. So yeah, there'd be a piece for here, I think, too. I don't know what it looks like, but well, I gotta figure it out, and then I gotta figure out that side. But I gotta make the pieces that go to the quarter panel for that bar still. I just put the bar in. So, all right, well, let's take a look. Got this thing welded on there. I just welded it to that piece. And got this all. I should clean that real quick. Let me do that. All right, so I got that cleaned up. Spare you guys the grinding noise. I know you guys wanted to hear it, but that's all right. Well, a little off, but it'll work. Like I said, with the rubber I'm going to use on here, anything will work. You'll see that here. I buy bulk stuff. It works fine. It's called Decor. All right. Just got to weld that fella in. Got a little bit wider gap up here than down here, but yeah, it's all right. It'll be just fine. Let's take a look over here. Look at that. Cool. You've got the rolled edge on there. And then I had to cut this part out right here because remember, this normally went all the way up to the corner, all the way up to there. So remember, this is a special model, SO10. That's what they need. Let's weld this up and take a look. Take a look at that. Right angle there. Yeah, it looks all right. It'll work. And I was bending this thing. Couldn't get that in the video, but look at that. It just walked. Because it's too wide for the bender, so I had to slide it down and it walked a bit when I was trying to bend it. See if I can straighten it out. Let's see if I can get it. All right, let's take a look here. I got it pretty good. I mean, it's just this piece, the divider piece that goes right here. So it's pretty straightened out. It's going to have, you know, it's going to have those panels on it. The ones that have the, I don't know, you guys have seen the divider panels. So I'm just going to, I got to trim out here, trim over there on that end. You can see I got like a 1/2 inch or so to trim on each side. It should be a 1/2 inch. And then I got to bend this part right here over, and then that'll be my weld edge. So it'll look all right. Let's tune it up and see how it looks. Well, this one was just too wide to do in the camera, so it's just because I had to put it in the bender like 2 or 3 different times, and I don't have a lot of room over here right now. So I got to wait till the heat slows down just so I got to clean up a little bit outside so I can move stuff out. And then I got to clean up all my piles of stuff. And like I said, about a week or 2 ago, those piles weren't there. I just been finding stuff and going through things and kind of set everything on the table to organize it. And put it all away because it was in a place where it shouldn't have been. Put it that way. Okay, so that piece is about made. All I got to do is I got to cut it. I don't know how I figured this. I have made it maybe 2 inches too tall. So I got to cut it all off. I think I'll use the plasma cutter to do that. Then it can be put in place, right? It fits right in there. There, let's see. When it fits snug enough to where it kind of stays in place, I think it got it pretty close. But anyway, the bends, just trying to do the bend, you know, if you get on one side of the bend, you know, if you figure, okay, the bend's right here, and then the bender has its own mind, and you kind of got to figure out where to actually bend it. You know, sometimes it's ahead of the spot, behind it, you know, to get it in the right spot. But anyway, I think that'll work. It goes up one more in front of this. It goes right there. And then when it doesn't fit in it, it fits in there. I've already had it in there. Anyway, it fits in there. It goes up in that one. And then I got to cut this a little shorter. I got to figure that out, measure it and stuff. Anyway, I think that's it for this. I'm just gonna, I don't know, I just got to figure out what to do next. Oh, cool thing is, I emailed Classic Fab, and he's hooking us up with some doors for a good price, special deal for the YouTube channel. And so it's kind of cool. Get those the funky green panel doors. You know, I don't know how good they fit. And you know, I was talking to another supplier. I'm not going to say their name, but we kind of know who they are. Another supplier that was going to get the silver ones, and they said they were sprung. I don't know how bad they were, but you know, I mean, I understand, you know, that they want to sell good parts and all that, but it sometimes, you know, if it's a little bit off, then, you know, you got to plan on, when you're working on something this old, you've got to plan on stuff being a little bit not right. The parts are not going to be perfect. They're not going to fit exactly the same. You know, almost every bus, almost every single one of them has had some sort of front end damage. You know, so you know the angle of the A pillar can be just slightly off. You know, I mean, we're talking about less than a 32nd of an inch, and that'll drop the back of that door, you know, almost a quarter. So, and then you got compound angles. You got this angle. You've got this being round, this being round, okay? And it's not straight. It's like whatever, I don't know, 30-degree angle or something. And, you know, when you figure all of those things in, these are very complicated doors to make, and expecting them right out of the box just to go right on your bus is kind of a, you know, come on. It's probably not going to happen. So we'll see how they go, you know, with his, and I'm not expecting that. And I don't think any of you guys, when you buy parts, should expect everything just to go right on like it's, you know, a glove. You know, it's just not reality when you're talking about VWs. You're talking about some of the other cars, you know, like Ford or something like that. There's a million adjustments. You got the hinge can be adjusted here. It could just, there's two different places for adjustments. There's one for here. There's one for up and down. There's one for forward and back. There's, you know, or Chevy, the same way. They're all made with multiple adjustments, except for the newer cars. When you get a brand new car, a lot of them, they just, you just have to tweak them into place. You get a new door and you go, oh wow, oh, that's bent just a little bit. So you have to sit there with a port of power and straighten stuff out, and then they finally go on. And it's because the metals are thinner on the older cars, you know, on the old Chevys and Fords, they were thicker metal. So when you had thicker metal, you know, they had a lot more adjustment because you couldn't tweak stuff. Or VWs and stuff like that, you have to do a lot of tweaking. With these cars, it's really about the tweak. It's about tweaking stuff into place and making it work. And yeah, some of the stuff is really inferior made, but if it's just a little off, you know, I mean, I kind of expect it. You know, so I don't know. You know, they were supposed to get some other doors in, more local place, and they, you know, had to send him back. You know, like I said, I didn't see him. I don't know what the issue was, but it could have been serious. I mean, it could have been really bad, you know, really, really bad, or it could have been just really minor. Yeah, because they do have vehicles. There's a few out there that are perfect, that are original cars that they're using for templates for a lot of this stuff. So they have some ones that have never been in an accident. They're like perfect, and you know, they have those in buildings that are protected. Some of the guys I've heard, I don't know about it. I haven't seen them, but I've heard about it. So, and they use those as templates, and I think that's what they did. They put them on the template car, and they went, wow, these don't fit, and sent them back. So locally, we're probably not going to have doors for a pretty long time. Now, you know, I'm kind of wondering, those metal body guys, how are they ever going to make these things, put it together and have it all fit and make it work? I don't know. We'll have to see. You know, I think they're in for a big challenge. And, you know, I think they're raising the price a little on those things too, the metal body. You know, I've heard, you know, that it might be raising the price on those. So it kind of would be expected, because when they start getting all the parts, they start putting them all together, they're going to go, oh my gosh, this is an 1/8 off here, or, you know, it's a quarter here, and a 16th over here, and they're trying to put it all together, and they're going to have some fun, I think. But, you know, because what are the templates, you know, and the old drawings, when they built these, I don't know what happened to all that, and I don't know how that, you know, a car company is a big deal. You know, there's a lot of stuff that goes on before they ever start stamping metal. So if you can imagine, you know, how many employees that they had in Germany working on these, a lot of employees, you know, and a lot of people involved in the process. And then probably when they did a prototype, when they finally built a car, they had to go back and, you know, tweak this panel, change this panel, change this panel. Now, when you have suppliers that are in Taiwan, you know, of the metal, and you got a person making the car in US, you know, how is that going to translate? You know, I'm sure they do it now. I don't know. But it's not a car company, you know, it's different. It's going to be a metal body place, you know. So I don't know. It seems like it'd be kind of complicated. Tough business, but you know, I'm glad they're trying to do something to make these cars, you know, make parts. So yeah, I'd be happy if they could get, you know, a door that was 7 or 8 out of 10. I'd be stoked, because the 62, you know, these year doors are only like, I think it's 2 or 3 years only, and you know, they're just, you don't find them at the swap meet, and if you do, some guy's, you know, got his hand deep in your pocket. So you know, I kind of would rather fix the ones even than I had to try and give that guy the money. So anyway, all right, but he's gonna help us out with some stuff. That's great. And for that, I'm also going to be showing you guys how to do the put the panel on the what's it called, the door shell. I'm going to put the skin on the door shell. So I'll show you guys a little bit about that. You know, back years ago, I always had a dolly and hammer to do it, and that's how we, you know, now they have these fancy tools. I'm going to try it and see how it works. I got this thing here, a skin zipper. See how it works. You know, I don't know what that thing's made out of. I don't know if it's just going to break and crack in a million pieces. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how long they really last. They don't last forever. It's, you know, so I'm going to try that. But back years ago, we did it with a dolly and hammer and just did a filler around the edge. Now today, everybody's like, oh, no, we don't do that. We want to make sure it's like perfect with the metal, you know. I don't know. But anyway, that's how we did it years ago. Now it's, you know, better tools maybe. I don't know. We'll find out, won't we? I'll talk to you in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe.